Life is beautiful for the awakened, and believe me, it's no big deal. For those of us who have been able to find goals in life, who have been able to set objectives to our life, we work towards that incessantly. In the process, we taste a lot of success. However, a good amount of worries and anxieties also come to us as a byproduct. Well, this is not the case with the awakened. Maybe there's a way out to taste success at the same time, refuse to accept anxieties and worries. How is it possible? How is it possible? Now, as we understand, the awakened people try to get to the bottom of creation. There is a way by which we try to understand the whole gambit of this creation, and so we understand life in its completeness. There is a serene silence when we are able to look at life from the levels of subatomic existence. How is this possible? Well, let's try to explore into it a little bit more. Over 200,000 years, the human life has evolved anatomically. However, in spite of the gift of free will, we have not been able to utilize the mind and intelligence to its full potential. We have been utilizing it, of course, but we have also gathered a lot of dirt in terms of anxieties and worries. Science has contributed a lot for the human benefit and development. Only from the angle of material benefit, face this worries and challenges. Those of us who have been able to look at the scientific development to lead us to understand the philosophy of life in a better manner, we have been able to find a way out. And for the learned, the science and philosophy merges at a higher level of understanding. What is this universe all about? How is it created? You know, the whole universe, the Milky Way, as we understand, is just 4% of the entire existence. Just 4%. 14% is what the scientists call as dark matter, and 82% is dark energy. A whopping 82% is dark energy. And you know, the solar system that we live in is just 0.01% of the entire universe. And out of this 0.01%, the sun alone occupies 99% of the mass, and the rest is being occupied by other planets and comets. And the whole life in Earth takes place in this minuscule percentage that we exist. These are very interesting and amazing statistics that we come across, and when we try to inquire into that, we understand the insignificance of human life. And you know what? 90% of a human body is empty. It's only 10% We are constructed out of cells. The human body has got 40 trillion cells, which is 5,800 times more than the entire population of this globe, which is at 7 billion as on date. Million cells can be kept on a needle tip. Now, when we understand all these statistics, we automatically get to realize how insignificant we are. On the contrary, without realizing all these things, we seem to be giving too much of importance to our ego, separation, hatred, and war. Is it necessary? In this fraction of a second of a human life, considering the entire timeline of this existence? Look, exploring it further, this creation is made out of solid substance, water state, fire, air and space. Earth again is made out of predominantly hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, phosphor. And all these things are required for life in this planet. And if we look into the minutest, the smallest portion of this existence, manifestations, we find it's all made up of cells or atoms, where you have neutrons, protons and electrons. They keep rotating perpetually. Perpetually they keep rotating. Where do they get the energy from to rotate? Where do they get the energy from, and since when they have been rotating it? The more we think about it, the more we get to understand that there has to be higher conscious energy which must be making these cell to have the protons, neutrons and electrons rotate perpetually from time immemorial. Not only that, how does all the cells bond with one another in this entire universe? As we just saw, the human body is made out of 40 trillion cells. How does one cell and the other cell attach themselves with one another? Is it through a glue? No. There seem to be 4 fundamental forces in this universe: gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force. These are helping the cells to bond with one another. The chair on which I am sitting, the floor on which this chair is resting, the building in which this floor is constructed, and the ground on which this building is made, the water which shares its space with the earth, it's all constructed out of smallest particles, and through these 4 fundamental forces, they all are in its shape. Otherwise, everything will get blown away, melted away. It gets vanished. Further down, if we are able to look into the cells and protons, we find it further gets divided into quarks and bosons, and to the very smallest or the minutest levels, it all comes into existence through vibrations. And this has been very scientifically evolved fact. Once we are able to understand all these things and appreciate these things, then it dawns upon us about the magnificence of higher energy, which we call it as godliness. And once we are able to submit ourselves to this Creator, once we are able to understand these things with humility, we certainly get to accept things, and we certainly get to see the perfectness in the creation. And we also understand that whatever challenges and anxieties we face is because of the play of our ego and memories and tendencies, which has nothing to do with the design of creation as such. The design of creation is very perfect. And those who have got to realize this are the ones who are an awakened lot. And boy, they celebrate life in this human body. Friends, I hope you find this interesting, and hope to share with you more details in future. If you like to hear more about it, please do subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon so that notifications comes to you regularly. Cheers. Have a good life.